if you're watching this in the morning, good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. So it's going to be a very short session where we just go practically, step by step, how you can actually apply before it actually runs out. I think that's when I'm actually recording this video. It's more like 10 days to go. So first of all, it's advisable you apply like before the last 3 days, because at the last 3 days, people will be rushing trying to submit, and if you don't submit on time, you definitely wait till next year. So just to actually prove to you that what I'm going to be sharing with you is actually proven and tested to work. This is actually last year when I won. I actually got selected last year, and it was my first time of actually applying. Now, a lot of people have actually applied for this stuff like 5 times, as maybe of their 7th time before they actually got it. But this was my first trial, and I got in, which was last year, and it was because of some step-by-step procedure. Of course, you can still say grace was still there. Of course, there are some step-by-step processes that if you should follow them, you will have a higher chance of actually winning. Now, let's even take it from last year. This year, I also guided one of my family relatives to actually apply, and you can see this was 5 days ago that they received an email for verification. So it's proven that what I actually did last year, I'm actually replicating it because of the step-by-step process that you can follow. So don't just be in a hurry to apply. Follow the step-by-step process, and that is what this video is going to help you achieve. So ensure you watch the video till the end, because I'll be releasing some strategy that you can actually use that would actually help you both increase your speed in application and also increase your chances of being selected. And yes, of course, my name is Maurice Akpibe, and if you meet me for the first time, just as you can see, I am a Elumelu Foundation alumnus. I won it last year, 2025. Yep, and of course, I'm a computer engineering graduate. And while I'm on the graduate school, I also won the MTN Science and Technology Scholarship. So I was an MTN Foundation alumnus, or I am an MTN Foundation alumnus. And I've also interned with a company, Grant Thornton in China, internship. Then, of course, McKinsey Forward Program alumnus, and a lot of AI certifications, and also digital marketing certifications. I'm also very big on impact, so I have a social impact project I'm currently running called the Digital Spark Project. And what we basically do is we have a goal to reach about 10 million students across Africa within the next 10 years, both directly and indirectly. And our goal is to create that awareness and education around AI, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And currently we've visited about 8 schools. We've impacted about close to 2,000 students or so. And we are actually open to partnership. Yeah, so if it's something you're interested in, you can actually reach out to me, and we see how we can partner together. And also the founder of Study Booster Technologies. Study Booster Technologies is the creator of Dashbridge, and I will also talk about Dashbridge. If you want to learn, if you want to get updates on other funding opportunities that can actually pay you, that can actually fund your business with like hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's currently an opportunity that I saw that is funding businesses with about $50,000 and about 100,000, I think 100,000 euros or so. So if you want to get updates on those opportunities at Dashbridge, we'll actually create business opportunities, scholarships, internships, and a whole lot more. So please stay tuned to the end so that you can actually see how you can access Dashbridge for free. So, and also, I've also been part of some events, major events like Testa Startup Week in Edo State, and other events that I've also been part of. And currently I'm also building a marketing agency called the Legacy Max Media, and we've actually worked with about close to 10 companies and businesses that we've helped generate millions in sales, and also generated over thousands of leads for their businesses. So if you have a business you're running and you want experts that will help you, you can also reach out to us at Legacy Max Media. So this is pretty much me. I'm in my early 20s by God's grace, and I believe in impact. And in this webinar, I'm going to be sharing a lot more details about this Elumelu Foundation business grant and how you can stand out in your application. And of course, if you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and let me know where you're watching this video from. What state in Nigeria are you watching from, or what country across Africa are you watching this from, or what country across the globe are you watching this from? I'll be watching the comment section. Drop your comments. So let's assume you want to apply. All you have to do is to visit the website eligibilityfoundation.org, and you click on this TEF Connect, or you can actually go to the TEF Connect directly /home, and all you have to do is to come here, click on Start Program. So once you click on Start Program, you're going to see New User or Already User. If you have applied before, it's best you go for Already a User before, or if you've never applied before, just go for New User, then you continue. The next step is just you can actually read this, but it's just something basic, but of course please read it. Then you click on OK, and here You're going to fill in your details. Please ensure that all the details you are filling are correct. Ensure that your email is correct, because you're going to be receiving a lot of emails if you are proceeding to the next step. So if you actually go and lose your email, if you're selected, you may not know. So just ensure your email is correct and register. So after you register, you'll be sent a login details, or you'll be sent a confirmation email to your email address. Then confirm and just proceed. So after you've proceeded, you are going to come to another place. I have to screenshot it so that I can just show you guys practically. So these are the different parts. You're going to be asked about the business industry, about the entrepreneur, and a whole lot more. So let's go right into it. So this is a particular business that we actually did it for this year, and they got a verification email. So it's not everybody that actually gets a verification email. So if you get a verification email, there is a high chance that you will eventually be selected. So the verification email is that they want to come and verify to see the business. So that's why when you're filling your location of your business, if you're filling your address, you need to ensure that all the details are correct. There are details that if they say they want to visit you today, you know that you can be in that place. That's something you must pay attention to. So I think that's the first thing here. This part. You see your business address. What's the sector? What sector is your business? Is it in an agri sector? Is it tech sector? Is it in education sector? Is it in fashion? Is it in media? All of those stuff. You have to pick the right sector. Then of course the business name, or ensure it's the name that you register. If your business is registered with CAC already, ensure it's the correct business name. Then of course the business country, choose your correct country. Then the address. This is the address that they are going to visit if peradventure they want to come and verify your business. That's if your business is active already. But even if your business is not active, even if it's in the idea phase, then of course you want to put your house address, because that's where they can actually find you if they want to come and visit you. Then of course just put your country, your state, local government. Then is it a rural area or an urban area? Just select that. Then the next part is where they're going to be asking you about yourself. Who is this entrepreneur that's trying to apply for this opportunity? Who are you? The first question here is, tell us about yourself. What led to you actually starting entrepreneurship? Now, what they're actually looking for in this place, two people can even have the same idea, but their story, their inspiration behind why they started that particular idea is what is going to make somebody get selected and the other person not get selected. So you have to regress, like think back, why did you start this journey? So if you see this particular person's story, this person's story is talking about how she wanted to be a lawyer, but eventually she lost her father at a very young age. They left the city back to the village, and while in the village she started farming. But she didn't just farm. This is because of her entrepreneurship spirit. She started what's it called now? I think a local savings group called Ususu, and now they're already processing about 8 million naira every year, helping farmers, helping business owners in those rural areas to become much more financially stable or get finance to invest in their business. What did you notice in this story? It's starting from a humble background to saying that, okay, I'm not going to end there, even though my initial dreams have been crushed, I still need to find a way to thrive. Now, that story compared to somebody just say, oh, I just started this business because I want to make money. Of course, this other person that is using powerful storytelling technique to actually connect how she had up and down but never gave up is actually going to be much more intriguing to whoever is actually reviewing this. So you have to now ask yourself, why did I really start this? And even if you started it because of money, you have to retrace it back and place it or put it in a way that it looks as though you actually want to help people, because that's the real goal. If the goal is you want to make money, of course, to create more job, that is better than just saying you just want to make money. So crafting a good story, and I believe that each and every one of us, before we started any business, there was really a story behind it. So you really have to sit down. Even if you want AI to help you, you need to give it like the base that, okay, this was why I started this. Help me craft a good story out of this thing. So that's for that. And this base is very important, because if you check this particular part, the entrepreneurial story, leadership and entrepreneurial skill is actually taking about 30%. So you need to really pay attention to this place. Then leadership skills. What has been your leadership skills? Before you are starting this company, has there been a place you led people before? Was it your church? Or probably when you were in school, you were a class prefect, or maybe you joined a team that were organizing an event and you led something. This is actually leadership skill. Leadership skill does not mean you must be leading a company before this company that you're actually starting. No. Leadership is because where have you developed this skill before, and how have you led people in this part? And if you check this person's own application, it said I led through trust, structure, and accountability. I have founded and managed several cooperative and local savings groups, coordinating members, managing pooled funds, and resolving issues openly. These groups support farmers and small business owners and manage over 8 million naira in yearly transactions. Now, you can see now that she showed how she has been leading in time past, and not just that, she also showed the results, the financial result. Now, yours might not be financial results, yours might just be like, okay, by virtue of me leading in my secondary school with one so and so, just something that it was a result that you got, you can also add it as the result of your leadership. So that's something to take note of there. Then the next thing you're going to be seeing is, what problem does your product solve? What problem are you solving? You need to outline what you are basically solving. So for this particular one, it said smallholders farmers in rural area. So if you can also paint a picture of what the problem these people are facing, it's actually very good. Then of course you now finish up with how your product is actually solving that problem. So if you can see here, she started with, okay, this is the problem that the people, this is my target audience, are facing. Then this is how my company or my business or my product or my service is actually solving those those problems. Now they said, wow, what is interesting or different about this particular product or this particular idea? What is interesting about it? And if you checked it out, at this point, you see that this wow actually got 20%. So they are actually going to be reviewing this part very well. So you need to ask yourself, or even if you don't even know how yours is actually very different, you can go and tell AI, okay, this particular product that I'm actually trying to launch, or this business that I'm actually launching, how can it be much more interesting? How can it be much more different? I'm applying for so and so opportunity. I want to make it much more interesting. I have a particular there's a particular question that I am asked, which is, what is new or interesting about this my product, or this my service, or this my business? And probably some of this AI tool can actually help you if you give it a background understanding of what your product is actually about. So for this particular product, we said, okay, it is community-led, of course, the cooperative plus tech approach, and also the green and inclusive value chain. So of course, everybody's own is going to be different, but you need to ask yourself, first of all, sit down and really understand what you are trying to solve. Then you can give any AI chatbot you are using a background overview of your product. Then you tell it, okay, help me out in this particular part. And also another thing you must take note of is the fact that each and every question that you want to answer has a character limit. What that simply means is, for some of these questions you're asked, you cannot write more than 50 words. So you also need to tell, if you are using an AI chatbot, you can tell the AI, okay, this should not exceed 50 words. 50 words, exactly. This should not exceed 100 words, depending on the character limit that is being placed on the answer for that particular question. Okay, then the next thing you're going to be saying is, what is the stage? What stage is this your business? You see, we have idea stage, we have infancy or startup stage, we have the advanced, and we have the growth or intermediate. But in all, ensure that your business is within 0 to 5 years. So for this particular stuff we're doing, we actually use idea phase. For the one I won last year, I think I used infancy or startup because we already started something. So it depends on you. I even had a friend that actually won with idea phase. He had not launched anything. It was just an idea, and he won last year. So don't be scared and say, oh, because this thing is in idea phase. No. These people, they are interested about people who have actually proven that they can actually solve a particular problem, and whether it's in idea phase or infancy or advanced or growth, they can actually sponsor you, or you can actually win rather. So what year did you register? This is actually a very technical question, because of course they've made it clear that we are funding 0 to 5 years. So if you actually said your business was registered in, let's say, 2018, of course that's automatic rejection already, because that's 7 years. So please take note of that. If it takes you, and if you lie here, you are going to upload your CAC documents. So if you say your business was registered, let's say 2023, and your CAC document is showing that you actually registered your business in 2018, that is also an automatic cancelling tool. So please take note of that. Then you also have another question, which is your business operational? This is simple. If your business is in the idea phase, the answer is no. If your business is not operational, meaning you have not actively started doing anything, please, is your business operational? That is no. Operational means you have started doing something. Something is running. You are running day-to-day activities. So take note of that, because I believe that for operational businesses, they might actually want to come and visit you to see what you have been doing, to see you in your address. So that's why I also emphasize that your house address, the address you are putting there,
must be correct, because if they want to visit you and you're not there, you've lost also. Now the next part is the business industry subsector. So they're going to ask you, what is the subsector of your industry? So even if you put, let's say, you are in the agriculture sector, what is the subsector for? You have agrotech, you have agrofinance, you have different subsectors. So you need to understand the subsector that you are in. So that's just for that. Then the next thing is the sustainable development goals. So you can come to this website, sdgs.un.org. You know what sustainable development goals is about. So these are actually goals that the United Nations are trying to achieve. I think before 2030, they want to ensure that we have a world where there's no poverty, where there's zero hunger, where there's good health, where there's quality education. So what the Elumelu Entrepreneurship Foundation is trying to achieve also is that they are trying to sponsor businesses that are helping to solve these goals. Because these goals, it is not the government that will actually solve this goal. It is entrepreneurs that will actually solve these goals. So this organization, TEF, Elumelu Entrepreneurship Foundation, is actually trying to support businesses that are geared towards solving, achieving these goals, basically. So you can read more about this, and another easier way that you can even use that is, once you've given a particular AI your business overview, you can tell the AI, okay, what sustainable development goals is this my business supporting? And you can tell it, okay, don't just give me any fluff idea. Give me the exact correct thing, something like that. So there are a lot of them. I think they are up to about 15 or so. But the main thing is they told you not to select more than 3. So you can only select about 3. So if your business is actually helping to alleviate hunger, meaning no hunger, or bringing no poverty, meaning your business is going to be employing a lot of people, that's no poverty. Then also quality education, gender equality, and all of that. All of these are things that you can easily just research about to know the one that your business is actually helping to achieve. So you select that. And another thing is TEF is not for non-profit. It is not for non-profit, meaning if you are doing a non-profit organization, you cannot apply for this. But if you apply, they are supporting businesses that are for profit. I just thought to say that because I remember somebody registered for this webinar, and she said her business is a non-profit organization. So maybe this is not for you, or you actually have to consider ways to make your business a for-profit business. So that is for SDG. Then company structure, number of employees. There's people who are based on contract, or people that are part-time, and people that are full-time. This is actually for someone who is actively running the company. So if your company is still in idea phase, of course all of this should be 0. Then if not, you actually have to provide the necessary numbers there. Then the next part is your market potential. How big is the addressable market? Because the truth is, these people want to really fund a business. They don't want to just fund a business that is just within one community, that can only thrive in one state. They want to fund a business that, of course, can go within the country, can go within the continent, and can even grow beyond the continent to go globally. So you actually need, another thing you also need to take note of is, don't just go and call numbers. Don't just go and check, what is the market potential in this place, and you just go and pick numbers, say this market is worth $100 billion, just put it there. No. Okay, it is worth $100 billion globally. Okay, what is this worth in Africa? What is this worth in Nigeria? What is this worth in your locality? What is contributing to this worth? How many people are actively in this market? So if you should check this response in this particular application, it said the $1 trillion African agribusiness market includes 250 million smallholders farmers, I think so. In Nigeria, 38 million smallholders produce 90% of the food, yet 75.5% of rural dwellers live in poverty. So if you see, this is already addressing that this is a very large market in Africa. Then it's also making you know that there's a lot of this market also in Nigeria because of the 38 million smallholders that are producing 90% of the food. So I'm just trying to make you know that don't just put global numbers. Bring it down to your locality, bring it down to your country, and you can actually do this research online by searching. Then another thing is, how will you get revenue? They want to know. That's why I told you that they are supporting for-profit business, not just non-profit, where they don't support non-profit organization. They are focused on businesses that are for-profit. So you have to state out how your business is going to generate revenue. So for this particular business, there are about 4 ways that they are going to be generating revenue. But this should not make you think you must have 4 or 5 ways of generating revenue. Some businesses can just even have just one model of generating revenue. It could just be sales of their product, and that's good enough. The main thing is for you to understand your numbers, meaning how many products do I need to sell to break even. So that's it basically. So yours can actually be 2, yours can be 3, yours can even be 1, yours can be 4, yours can be 5 ways of getting revenue. But it must be proven. It must be something that aligns with your business idea. Not just go and slap something. You maybe you put commission in a business that has no business with commission. So don't just put anything randomly. Ensure that it's something that is real and all of that. Then how will you market your service? They don't just want to fund a business that let's just fund this business and let's just go. No. They want to fund a business that, of course, the entrepreneur knows how he or she is going to market their product. And once again, this particular idea has 8 ways they want to use to market. But some businesses could just be using social media. Some businesses could just be using social media and word of mouth. Like, you don't need to do all of this. So know the particular way you want to market your business. That's for that, actually. Now, the next question is, who are your competitors? You can actually search for this online. The easy way you can use out of this is any AI chatbot you are using to assist you. You tell the AI chatbot, okay, for this my business idea or for this my kind of business, who are the competitors? Search for the competitors online. Search for the competitors across the globe. Search for the competitors across Africa. Search for the competitors across Nigeria. The AI chatbot is going to definitely give you a lot of answers. All you have to do is go and search for these businesses. Go to their website. Go and see them. Okay, out of all these businesses now, then you can select 3. Select 3, maybe 1 globally, 1 across Africa, 1 across Nigeria, or even you can just take the 3 of them within Africa or within Nigeria or within your country, basically. So that's it. And AI will actually help you very much in this research. Now, the next thing is what differentiates you, because the truth is there are competitors, and everybody is scouting for that same market that you are trying to get into. So the thing, what they want to know here is, how are we sure that if we should give you this money, there is something that is unique about your business or unique about your personality that will actually help you thrive in this business and not make you pack up? That's what they want to know. So what is unique? Is it that you have lower price? Is it that you have better quality? Or is it that your personality, maybe you understand the market much more, maybe because you lived in that area, you have had practical experience with the target market, and that's giving you an advantage. So that's actually what differentiates you. For this one, she has actually lived in the rural areas, and they're going to operate deep rural area, ensuring personalized field support. Now, this is not what everybody can actually give. Now, their value chain also. So they said our model is inclusive, practical, and community owned. So you need to ask yourself what differentiates you. Then current milestone. This is technical actually also, because if you are in the idea phase, technically you may think you don't have any milestone. But this business is in the idea phase. But what is their milestone? Their milestone is that they've registered their company with CAC. So if you're applying for this actually and you've not actually registered your company, I would advise you registering your company with CAC can actually give you an added advantage, because having that as a milestone will show that, okay, you are actually serious and you are actually ready to take this in the long run, compared to someone who, okay, think about it. If you are someone who's reviewing and you have 2 tier applicants, and there is one applicant that's saying, my milestone is that I've registered my company, meaning I'm very serious about this, and the other person is just like, I've not registered anything, you're definitely going to select that person who have registered. So I've advised you to register your company with CAC as a limited liability company, not business name. And I'm going to be showing you how you can actually do that for a lower price at the end of this video, actually. Because most time, I think currently, the last time I registered around 60,000. Some people even register with as much as 70,000, 100,000 naira for company registration. But there's a way you can actually get it for within 35k to 40k. So I will actually show you that by the end of this video. And if you're interested, you can reach out to us to actually help you out in registering your company. Now, the next milestone. So for your current milestone, it could be that you've registered your company, or you've actually launched your MVP, or you've actually done research and you understand the target audience much more. You have a list of the people you want to partner with when you actually start this company. All of this can be milestone: research milestone, registration of company milestone, MVP launch milestone, initial testers that you've actually gotten milestone. All of that can be a milestone. Then what is the next milestone, and how long will it take you to reach there? They want to know, if you eventually win this thing, how are you going to be executing this stuff? So you can see this one say, within the next 12 months, we will pilot 3 cooperative clusters in Delta State, onboarding at least 150 farmers. So this within 12 months. So don't just go and say something vague that, oh, within the next 12 months, we're going to be, okay, within the next 1 month, we're going to be launching and we'll be onboarding 10,000 users. That's not realistic. So you need to actually do something that's actually realistic and something that's not extremely low. So that's just find the optimum number that actually fits what you know that you are capable of actually doing in terms of your milestone. Then financials, of course, if your business is in the idea phase, there's a high chance that you've not spent anything on the business. But if you've actually registered the business with, let's say, CAC or something, you spend money in registering, you've also spent money in research. So you can convert that money to dollars, because you actually have to put it in dollars. So, but if you've not done anything, if you've not registered with CAC, of course, you're going to leave everything here 000, and don't be scared. That might not even affected because they know that it's in the idea phase. But of course, if the business has been running and you've been generating revenue, you want to convert all your expenses, all the revenues generated to dollars, and you put them here. The next one is the business impact in your community in terms of job creation, in terms of revenue, in terms of social development. Remember I told you that this foundation is intentional about job creation, it's intentional about revenue generation. So you need to explain how is your business going to impact your community. How is it going to impact people in terms of revenue, in terms of job? Now you can see it here. This company will improve livelihoods in rural areas, rural communities by increasing farmers' income, reducing losses, and creating dignified work. By organizing smallholder farmers into cooperatives, we help them access better inputs, shared storage, technical support, and fair markets. Now, she also explained how this will improve productivity, how this will create job in farming support, agriculture, logistics, and processing. So you can see that not just say it will create job, it will create job in farming support, it will create job in aggregation, it will create job in logistics, and it will also create job in processing. So they're already saying that this is the way it's going to create job. So, and this company will reduce data-driven rural farming systems that support food security, poverty reduction, and sustainable agribusiness growth. The goal is not just profit, but long-term rural transformation led by people most affected. So you can see every word that is being said here, it is carefully chosen. So this is very important. The next question that you're also going to be seeing there is, what are the top 3 challenges you face in operating or launching your business? This is a technical question because if you go and say your challenge is marketing or your challenge is leadership, that's already a problem, because how are we going to not trust you if you're having challenges with marketing or you're having challenges with leadership? How are we going to trust you with the money? So you must ensure that you are not saying a challenge that will shoot you in your leg. So the challenge here should not be a challenge to you as a person, but it should be a challenge that systems or your environment have actually been put in. So if you see the challenge here that was listed here is limited startup capital, poor rural infrastructure is not a function of the entrepreneur, it's a function of the development. And low trust in new agribusiness model is not a function of the entrepreneur himself, it's a function of the people that he's trying to serve. So you can see now that the 3 challenge is not a result of the entrepreneur himself. So whatever challenge you're putting here should not be a result of you. It shouldn't be a challenge that was caused by you, but a challenge that is caused by systems, by environment generally. And strategically, we also addressed how cooperative trust structures have faced pilot partnerships and support from the TEF program to strengthen system visibility and execution capacity. So it did not just stop at saying these are the challenges, so it just stylishly also add solutions to those challenges. So you can see that also. Then another thing, I think this should be close to the last question. What is your goal for participating in this program? Now, in this program, if you are selected, you're going to be receiving funding, you're going to be joining a community, you're also going to be getting training on business management, on AI, and for green energy also. So, of course, the goal for participating in this thing should be financial support to launch your business or to scale your business if you already launched your business. Then, of course, the next one should be something relating to knowledge, increasing your knowledge so that you can actually get more results. Then, of course, the community. So you can see that's also something that's here. TEF will help strengthen business structure, financial planning, governance. All of these are part of the knowledge. Then the seed capital will support pilot implementation, cooperative onboarding, and all of that. So that's it. Then there's another question that says business skills you need to learn. They're asking you what are the business skills that you actually need to learn to scale your impact. Now, this is also another technical question. So the business skill that was actually listed here, this person said it needed financial management, unit economics, pricing, supply chain optimization, contract negotiation, digital operations, impact measurement, and scaling cooperative-based businesses sustainably while maintaining trust and efficiency in rural environment. Now, taking of it is, these skills that this person listed are skills that are necessary for his business. He's doing something that has to do with financial management, that has to do with rural agriculture. There's a lot of supply chain there, and he needs to learn those skills. So that's why it was listed here. So if you are doing something relating to fintech or something related to edtech or something relating to media, your skills that you will be needing will be different. So your skills here that you need to put are things that you know that will help you scale your business. I hope that's clear. Okay, then finally, this is actually the end. Finally, you're going to be seeing business acumen test. This is very important, guys. See, don't play with this. A lot of people got disqualified just because of this business acumen test. And what it means is, just as you can see here, you'll be tested on 20 questions. You'll be asked 20 questions within 30 minutes. Now, the questions are not really very hard, but if you are somebody who do not actually have idea with entrepreneurship, it might actually seem hard to you. So what I would advise you is that before you actually get to this phase, or before you take this test, please ensure that you've actually done at least a little exercise on something that has to do with entrepreneurship or business development. What I even advise some people is that you can actually go to an AI platform and tell it, okay, I'm applying for this particular opportunity. And we have a place where you're going to be taking a business acumen test. I want you to give me samples of potential things that I can actually see in a business acumen test. Now, with that, you actually practice. After practicing, now when you're not going to take the test, it will be much more easier for you. So I think that's what I can actually advise, because there are some people who got to this place, they probably had good business idea, but because they did not reach the cutoff mark for this business acumen, they got rejection emails. So please take note of that for this. Okay, so this is actually a summary of everything. If you have any question basically about what we just explained so far, remember the deadline is about in 10 days time from when I was actually recording this video, because I think application will be closing around the 1st of March. But guys, we don't want to go and be submitting on the 1st of March, because 1st of March the website will be will be having a lot of technical issues, because a lot of people are trying to submit that the same day. Even 29th of February or even 28th of February, it's still going to be hard, because a lot of people are trying to submit and it may be difficult for you to submit. So please just take note of that. Then finally, what I would just say is, just as I explained earlier, if your business is in the idea phase, it's advisable that at least have a milestone, and one of your milestones could be registering your company. So if you want CAC company registration, I would advise you to register your company as LLC, not business name. It will give you more advantage in the long run. Even for other opportunities that you want to apply for, it is best you have your company registered as LLC. And some, if you can check most of those places online, that they'll tell you they want to register your company for you, you're going to be spending as much as 70k, 80k, and all of that. Even sometimes, and some people will even register. Some people even spend as much as 100k to even just register their company as LLC. If you are scaling, trying to get more investors, you need to have your company registered as a limited liability company. And if you want that, my company called Dasbridge will actually help you. Will help you actually achieve that. Also, we'll also be selecting about 3 people or 3 businesses to actually guide them on one-on-one application. We can't take everybody, right? So for these 3 businesses, if you check the flyer when you're registering, that's like bonus. So we'll check all the businesses that have actually applied for this opportunity, and we'll select based on certain criteria. And those people are actually going to receive their email that they've actually gotten selected, and we'll give them one-on-one guidance on how to apply. But if you perhaps want us to also guide you one-on-one, that's actually for a fee. That's something that we'll actually do for a fee. That's more like business funding guide and all of that, coaching and all of that. So if you actually want that, you can also send us. So perhaps you are not selected, you are not among the 3 businesses that we actually select, you can still pay your way through to actually get that one-on-one coaching or one-on-one guidance for your application. Then another thing is, if you want other business grants and other funding opportunities, my company called Dasbridge will actually help you achieve that. So if you check here, opportunities, you can see a lot of opportunities. We have stuff relating from scholarship, whether undergraduate, PhD, masters, or internships, or grants, or fellowship, or competitions, or conferences. We have them here, and we are increasing our database. And not just that, if you want to win opportunities, you can actually find a coach and can come here, book a session, a free 50 session, to prepare, to know what you actually need. So whether it's career advancement, or you want to win opportunities, or business startup strategy, or technical mastery, all of these are things that will actually help businesses achieve, or people achieve. Now, there are other many amazing features in this platform called Dasbridge. You can discover your career path. Once you fill in all of these spaces, the AI will give you a career path that you should actually get. Or perhaps you want to learn digital skills, some AI skills, all of these things. You can just click on generative AI, and you can see bit-size learning, knowledge check. So if you click on bit-size learning, it will create content for you, and you actually learn. Or you can come to courses. Maybe you want to learn stuff relating to Facebook ads, you want to learn stuff relating to graphics, you want to learn stuff relating to how to create AI chatbots, how to design websites, how to do video editing, content marketing. We have all of them in this place. And perhaps you want a career roadmap. You can click here. You can create a career roadmap for you. So from opportunities to career roadmap to digital skills, AI skills to coaching, those are the things that you can actually get with Dasbridge. And it is Dasbridge that's actually sponsoring this webinar that we are having right now. So finally, in conclusion, If you want any of this support, one-on-one support, send us a message on WhatsApp. Send the Dashbridge admin a message on WhatsApp. This is the WhatsApp number. Or perhaps you want to win, or you want updates on other opportunities, you can also send us a message on WhatsApp. So with this, if you have any question, you can leave in the comment section, or you can message us on WhatsApp and let me know where you were actually watching this video from. Let me know in the comment section. See you later.